What's up, agents? It's Chastin J. Miles. And when you know how to follow up, you know how to make deals happen. Follow up is the name of the game as a real estate agent. And if you really want to make some big commissions and you really want to build a large real estate business, you have to learn how to follow up. In this video, I'm going to be telling you how I follow up with my new leads and how everyone on my team is kind of trained to follow up, so that by the end of this video, you can put these practices into play in your business so that you can get some better results. Now, during this video, I'm going to be going over my actual new lead life cycle right here, and it's basically just my follow-up process, and this is what everybody gets trained on. We all follow the same procedures, and so I'm gonna be showing you that and going over that. So if you really want to know how to follow up and how to follow up effectively, continue to watch this video. Go ahead and click the subscribe button right now, because you're not gonna want to miss the video that even comes after this one. So I am going to go ahead and get into this topic right now. What I want to know from you before I dive into my follow-up procedure is, do you have a follow-up process that you already follow in your real estate business? Let me know yes or no down there in the comments. Whenever a new lead comes in, whether it's from the internet or a referral from somebody or an email, whatever it is, we reach out to them within the first 15 minutes. So we have to call them within the first 15 minutes. Now, 3 things can happen. So like, I have 3 different outcomes. They can either answer, not answer, or it be a bad phone number. On my sheet here, that's one of the 3 scenarios right there. So answer, not answer, or bad phone number. So if it's a bad phone number, we immediately send an email. And we just let them know that the phone number didn't work when we tried calling, what's a better number to reach them at. If they didn't answer, then we try again in the next 2 hours. So phone calls, we do every 2 hours until that lead picks up. Now, after we hang up the phone and they didn't answer, we immediately send a text message. Hey, it's Chastin, give me a call back. It's a simple text message, and it's just kind of one of those things where, you know, we're not gonna write a whole book on like why we're calling, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's for the phone call. So the text message is just short and sweet. Most times we get a response from that text message. They'll either text us back or say can't talk right now, or you know, they'll ask questions and all that type of stuff. But those are the kind of 3 outcomes from that first 15-minute phone call. When they answer and when we actually talk to them, we have a script that we use, you know, just to kind of introduce ourselves and everything like that. And then we also gather a lot of information from them. So this is our client wish list, that every lead that we get, we try to get this information. This is the stuff like bedrooms, bathrooms, all that type of stuff. I know a lot of agents wait for the actual buyer's consultation to talk about that type of stuff, but I like to talk about it I like that information gathered on the phone, so that when we do have the buyer's consultation, I like to actually bring stuff to show them. So I'm bringing properties, I'm showing properties on the computer, on the TV, showing them stuff based on what they say on this wish list, on this phone call. Now, for the most part, it's not me who's taking these new lead calls. It's most times my assistant or one of my agents. And so what they will do is they gather all of that information, and then they're gonna schedule a call with me, or they're gonna schedule a meeting with me. Now, this meeting gets scheduled 24 to 48 hours after this lead comes in. We don't want anybody waiting around a week, 2 weeks. We want to get them in our face, you know, face to face, so that I can have this buyer's consultation with them. Whether I do it over the phone, or I do it through FaceTime, or I do it in person, what I am doing, I am filling out what's known as my client bio sheet. Since I already have what they're looking for, and I'm gonna have some stuff prepared to actually show them, what I am talking about with them are the things that are very important to them on more of just like a personal level. I am talking to them about their goals. You know, why do you want to buy a house? Why now? What's making you want to do this? I'm talking about their goals, their short-term goals, and their long-term financial goals. Then I'm talking to them about their pain points. So, you know, what have you experienced so far? Have you ever purchased a home before? Have you ever worked with an agent before? all that type of stuff. Like what's already annoying you? You know, are those real estate websites annoying you? Have you been calling, talking to all these agents? You know, what are your pain points? Then I like to know what's important to them. You know, what is their style? So do you like to be communicated with a lot? Do you like to know what's going on, or are you just the type of set it and forget it? Just let me do my job, you do your job. I mean, what's important to you? How can I make you feel the most comfortable? I'm writing all these things down on my actual client bio sheet because I want to know what's important to them outside of just bedrooms and bathrooms and all that type of stuff. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cater my showings, my contract to close, everything to that actual client. So I need to know what's important to them on a more personal level. Now, after I have my meeting with them, we have a whole checklist, which I'm going to tell you about in the next video. I'm going to tell you all the steps in the checklist that we put that lead through. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on there that fill in all these gaps from when that lead comes in to when they are getting this information gathered and they're having that first discovery call to the actual buyer's consultation. There are certain things in the middle of everything, and so I'm going to go over that list in the next video. But as far as follow-up goes, the important things to really take away from my follow-up process is that we try and try and try until we get them. It may seem excessive, but when I tell you we call them within the first 15 minutes and we call every 2 hours, so let's just say that this person comes in at 9 a.m. we're gonna call them every 2 hours until 5 p.m. whenever we leave the office to try to get in touch with them. You got to do this because most times people are speaking with more than one agent, or they're probably filling out all these types of forms, and so we got to be on it. Now, if a lead comes in after 7 p.m. any day, we wait until 9 a.m. to call them. So we call them promptly at 9 because we want to give that impression that we're calling right when we open. I know some agents, you know, pick up the phone right when that lead comes in at 7, which is fine. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where it's that fear of missing out and all that type of stuff. But we like to set boundaries and have boundaries. If you're talking to clients at the beginning at 8, 9, 10 o'clock, you know, we like to keep our boundaries. And so we call them every 2 hours. We send text messages. If we can't reach them there, we find them on Facebook, we find them on LinkedIn. We really reach out to these people, and nothing is too much until we get in touch with them. When we get in touch with them, they can either say that we're persistent or they can be mad that we called them so many times, but we're gonna get in touch with them. And so that's my lead follow-up process. Like I said, in the next video, I'm gonna give you those steps that are on our actual checklist that we do with new leads, and specifically more buyer leads, and then I'll do a separate one for seller leads. I hope this information has been helpful. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on my follow-up process, because I would love to hear it. And it's been working for me, so you know, don't think it's not working or I wouldn't be doing it. So share this video with somebody who you think that this may be helpful for, and of course go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. So till next time, I'm Chastin J. Miles, and I will talk to you soon.